We're discussing revealing Jim Jones's family in a court document that is so shocking that it has everyone talking from Hollywood to Harlem. Is this the largest rap drama about betrayal? How far is this dispute going to go? And what dirty laundry did Camron uncover? Rap aristocracy is being rocked by a full-fledged legal bombshell that was just released, and you won't believe it. Let's examine what Camron is putting down in this stunning court file now that you're on the edge of your seat. Stay in as we dissect every salacious detail, all the receipts, and the ramifications that could destroy careers, because this isn't just a minor family dispute or an old-fashioned rap. You don't want to miss this, I promise. The reality is about to get dirty, noisy, and downright brutal, so grab some popcorn. The scandal revolves around Jim Jones, a rapper and businessman from Harlem, and his whole family. Camron's filing paints a picture of a close-knit family business that is reportedly based on fraud, corruption, and blatant deceit rather than just music and success. Do you recall the illustrious group known as the Dipset, who restored Harlem's reputation in hip-hop? Known for his harsh rhymes and streetwise hustle, Jim Jones presented a picture of loyalty and prosperity, but in reality, Camron's filing asserts that the picture is a skillfully constructed front for a more sinister reality. Camron claims that Jim Jones's family has been organizing several fake company endeavors that are only real on paper but use complex money laundering techniques to transfer millions of dollars. One of the purported enterprises is a real estate investment firm that, at first glance, seems to be authentic, with high-rise structures, desirable Harlem addresses, and a consistent stream of investors, ghost deals, and exaggerated real estate prices. However, according to Jim Jones, sources provided Camron with stolen bank records that revealed enigmatic transactions of millions of dollars, often followed by quick withdrawals to offshore accounts in Europe and the Caribbean, and that's only the beginning. This isn't a one-man show. The entire family is allegedly involved in keeping this complex house of cards in order. The document also accuses several family members of collaborating in these scams. Some are identified outright, while others are addressed anonymously. Think about this. When criminal action is disguised as family loyalty, you're dealing with a poisonous atmosphere that extends well beyond rap drama. According to Camron's affidavit, family members have heated arguments in secret meetings about how to manage the aftermath. Some demand full cooperation from authorities, while others insist on remaining silent at all costs. Additionally, he asserts that financial transactions involved emotional manipulation, although Camron's filing raises a significant question regarding how the narrative became even more muddled when you added stories about lavish spending, expensive cars, private jets, and extravagant parties paid for with the very money that might be connected to these illegal activities. Fans still remember Jim Jones's public persona as the confident, larger-than-life figure who threw $100 bills in music videos and lived the high life. According to one unnamed source, the party was a place where everything was unimportant, designer labels dominated the space, and champagne flowed like water. The accusations could lead to a number of probes, from tax fraud to racketeering, according to legal experts who have reviewed parts of the file that are not publicly available. They also note that the entire family may be charged with major offenses that may wipe away their empire if investigators find even a little bit of what Camron says. If that way of life is fueled by illicit activity, how sustainable is it? More significantly, given the increasing legal scrutiny, how long? Can the family continue to put on this front? The financial situation of Jim Jones's family has been the subject of rumors and whispers for many years. Insiders in the industry have long assumed that beneath the glamorous facade lies a network of covert transactions that aren't entirely kosher. But until today, no one had the guts or the documentation to go public. And you know what? The music industry was rocked when this court filing was dropped only weeks before Jim Jones's eagerly awaited record release. Jim Jones and his team have responded by reaffirming their denial and referring to the filing as a witch hunt. Hunt's accusations that Camron is trying to resurrect an old conflict are still relevant. But the truth is that court records are accurate and media outlets, fans, and legal experts are already examining them. Social media is a battleground, and as followers take sides, serious threads examining the potential repercussions are going viral alongside memes mocking lavish Dipset lifestyles. While some supporters believe it's time for the truth to be revealed, others reject the notion that their hero might be involved in any illegal behavior. The accusations startled but did not surprise me. As this court drama unfolds, the one's close need. Harlem rap culture is now divided with allegiance shifting, with everyone's eyes on the courts. What transpires there might completely change not just Jim Jones's reputation, but also the Dipset brand, which has had a significant impact for almost 20 years. Will Camron's charges cause the empire to fall apart, or will this family be able to withstand the storm? The juicy details from the leaked information will be covered in the next section. This legal struggle isn't your normal courtroom drama, continuing where we left off, with bombshells, covert tapes, and financial trails straight out of a Hollywood crime movie. Camron's file reads like an exciting thriller. Let's get into the juicy aspects that are making social media trend and everyone chatting behind closed doors. The hush money, the covert meetings, the power struggles behind the scenes, and the outrageous stories that didn't make the news will all be exposed by the public's explosive response to this scandal. Allegedly, the Jim Jones family operates a sophisticated web of shell companies that impersonate respectable companies. Confidential documents that were released exclusively to individuals close to Camron reveal that these organizations transfer funds through a confusing web of accounts that hides the real sources of financial flows. On certain evenings, we'd see wires coming in from areas that didn't make sense, according to an insider who told investigators they worked in the family's financial management team but preferred to remain nameless. This source went on to detail excessive spending binges that fell short of Jim Jones's claimed income. We are discussing extravagant holidays, private yachts, and expensive cars that were purchased for no apparent business purpose. A culture of secrecy and greed was further cemented when family members allegedly benefited greatly from the scam. An even more damning picture is painted by leaked bank records, one of which allegedly shows a $3 million transfer from a Caribbean account into a real estate holding business situated in New York. The court petition further complicates matters by alleging that many family members opened numerous credit lines and shell accounts under false pretenses. The real kicker is that over $500,000 in cash withdrawals in a single month are disclosed in another document, all of which were suspicious activity reports that, strangely enough, were not looked into at the time. Camron's legal team describes this as a deliberate attempt to hide assets and avoid taxes. The spooky tone depicts a home where intimidation and dread are the norm. Naturally, the Jim Jones camp has refuted these allegations, calling them lies and misrepresentations. Private conversations between Jim Jones and his closest family members are captured on these recordings. There are conversations about hush money, off-the-books transactions, and strategies to keep everyone silent while the money continued to come. In one video, a family member is heard saying, "If anyone tries to speak up, they lose everything. It isn't just business, it's survival." The video was purportedly leaked to the media but was never formally confirmed. Insiders in the rap industry have also been providing us with hints. A former Dipset affiliate who wished to remain anonymous told us, "I'm not surprised family money gets messy everywhere, but it sounds like a whole other level. It's sad, really, and it's not just the hip-hop community reacting." Local Harlem leaders and community activists have started speaking out, expressing concern about how these allegations might affect the culture. Meanwhile, an experienced producer told a source, "I've heard rumors for years about some questionable dealings behind the scenes, but no one had the proof until now." up until now. The filing has reportedly sent shockwaves through the Jones family's business associates, with several companies quietly withdrawing sponsorships and partnerships to avoid being dragged into the controversy. According to one community organizer, Harlem's history is rich, okay? And we don't need a scandal like this overshadowing everything the community has worked for behind the scenes. According to sources, private conversations among business partners have focused on damage control and how to navigate as they attempt to decide which contracts to cancel and who to blame if the feds get involved. It's a PR nightmare that could get out of control, according to a government source familiar with the matter, who confirmed that multiple agencies, including the IRS and FBI, have taken an interest in the case. The source hinted that financial irregularities flagged in the filing match patterns we look for in money laundering and tax evasion cases, but warned that investigations are still ongoing. Although it is still in its early stages back on the streets, fans of both Camron and Jim Jones have turned it into a full-blown cultural debate, with forums and comment sections flooded with heated arguments. Even rappers who are not directly involved have weighed in via social media, with some openly supporting Camron's quest for truth and accountability and others subtly criticizing him. One tweet went viral, saying it all when hip-hop legends begin exposing family drama like a reality show. You know, it's bigger than music amid all the chaos. As the story unfolds, you can't predict how deep the rabbit hole goes, whether new players will emerge, whether more leaks will surface, or whether the family will be able to put out the fire before it consumes them all. The final section will break down the fallout, the legal battles ahead, potential resignations, government probes, and the public backlash that could make or break the Jones family legacy. This scandal is about more than just rap. It's a warning about how power, money, and family ties can tangle themselves into something dangerous. First, let's talk legal. Jim Jones's legal team responded to the filing with a flurry of motions to dismiss, claiming that the claims were purely strategic, baseless, and defamatory. Nevertheless, the pressure is growing, and multiple judges have already granted subpoenas for financial records. In addition, the once close-knit Dipset family is now divided. The business empire is rocked, and the public is eagerly watching as the drama unfolds on all music fronts. As sources say, internal conflicts within the Jones family are worsening. The courtroom is getting ready for a full-blown discovery process that could bring several family members and associates into the spotlight. And legal experts watching this case say it is turning into one of the biggest celebrity-related financial scandals in recent memory if the prosecutors get their hands on Camron's evidence, which includes leaked bank statements and audio recordings, has led to rumors of potential defections and sealed deals with prosecutors, which could completely change the course of the investigation. Imagine if one's loyal family members became witnesses in a courtroom drama worthy of a Netflix series. Several insiders have told us that some important family members are discreetly separating themselves from Jim Jones out of fear that involvement may be revealed. One source told us that there is a lot of tension. People are picking sides, and some are getting ready to work with investigators to protect themselves. Jim Jones's brand partnerships are suffering in the midst of the chaos, with major sponsors beginning to withdraw their endorsements and advertisements due to brand safety concerns. According to sources within advertising agencies, less dramatically, the hip-hop community is split, with some fans claiming that this scandal tarnishes the legacy of Dipset and Harlem's rich rap history, while others commend Camron for exposing corruption and standing up for truth. The real problems start on a more personal level when the money stops coming in, one insider said. Another confidant stated, "This is not just about business. It's a personal nightmare." Jim Jones's friends disclosed that he is under a great deal of stress. Regardless of the controversy, Jim Jones and his crew are under added pressure because of their financial predicament, which could potentially affect prospective record releases, tours, and commercial initiatives. It's painful for family drama to spill into the public eye, and it's weighing heavily on him. Top PR consultants and legal advisors are working to plan a comeback and rebuild his reputation. Camron has positioned himself as the whistleblower, who dared to pull back the curtain on a family empire built on shaky foundations. Though nothing official has been confirmed, Camron's camp has been silent in public, but busy behind the scenes meeting with investigators and preparing for what could be a lengthy court battle. Some speculate that Camron's timing wasn't accidental and that he might be using this filing not just for benefit. This situation has put Harlem under a microscope, a community organizer told us. Justice, that no family secrets are safe and that no empire is untouchable outside of the courtroom. We hope it leads to accountability, but also healing, because the community cannot afford to be divided by this. Meanwhile, local nonprofits and youth programs are reportedly worried about funding as sponsors reconsider their involvement. The music industry is closely following this story as it develops. Will other artists come forward with stories? Will this case lead to greater scrutiny of hip-hop's financial dealings? Or will it fade into the background once the headlines fade? The controversy surrounding one of Harlem's most well-known figures has even sparked discussions about loyalty, privacy, and the delicate balance between sensationalism and the public interest. While some argue that artists' personal lives should be kept private, others feel that transparency is essential when public figures have a lot of sway. The Jones family drama has changed the game. What started as a rap rivalry has turned into a legal and cultural phenomenon that is making everyone rethink what loyalty and legacy really mean in the hip-hop industry. The court hearings are scheduled to start in the upcoming months, and sources say they could go on for years. In the meantime, expect more leaks, more drama, and perhaps even more players joining the fray. Now that you've heard all the crazy details, the clandestine transactions, the family betrayals, and the legal battles roiling Harlem's rap scene, what do you think? Is Camron the ultimate truth teller, exposing a corrupt empire? Or is he just stirring things up to overthrow Jim Jones? Could this scandal be their messy feud? Who is really at fault? How far do you think this legal battle will go? Is there hope for the Jones family? I promise you that these stories are so explosive that you want to be the first to know when the next bombshell drops. Until then, keep your eyes open, keep your ears perked up, and remember that in the world of hip-hop, the truth is always stranger than fiction. In the meantime, if you're ready for more exclusive jaw-dropping exposes, make sure to hit the like, smash, subscribe, and ring the bell button so you don't miss a single update.